Hey, Neon here. Gonna keep this intro fairly short. I actually have two separate universes, one for anthros and one for humans. Let's begin. First with the anthropomorphic universe, Animalia. Named that because, well, animals, the animal kingdom, Animalia. You get the gist. This world contains all of my anthro characters and any leftover animatronic characters I have from my FNAF days. Also contains my brother's personas and my friends, hence they have a story that's a part of this world and relationships to other characters. Animalia is consisted of the galaxy Galaxia, very creative name, am I right? And multiple planets. These planets are where different species live. The main planets are Lavandula, Crystallos, Keras, Glitched, Ellipse, Dupless, and Tripless. Lavandula is created by the gods of this universe, the Gradients. It was created as a sanctuary for species whose planets were conquered by the Galactics, a subtype of felines who yearn for destruction and world domination. It is also a place for others from different planets to start a new life, even if their planets aren't completely obliterated. Also, if you're wondering about a sort of sun, well, Lavandula was basically the sun before the Gradients made it to hold life, so, Lavandula is its own sun. While the other planets see Lavandula as their sun, it's weird, I know. So basically, if you look up at the sky, if you were on Lavandula, you wouldn't see the sun. It's just a sky. The Gradients don't live among the other animals. They live in the skies and communicate through messengers who go to the surface of Lavandula to gather info and bring info. Though the Gradients can receive messages from the land anyways. Also, they live in a sort of monarchy, as there is a king and queen Gradient. Conquered planets out of the main ones are Keras, Tripless, and Crystallos, partially. Many other planets are destroyed as well. Galactics live in these conquered planets, though originally Galactics lived their lives in the galaxy as they had no other home. There are this species of deformed animals called spiriti who wander in the deeper parts of Lavandula, the core you could say. Most of the civilians refer to them as demons, though they aren't spirits of the dead. They are their own sentient beings and they like to wreak havoc and cause trouble. They're stuck underground due to fear of the Gradients, because the gods do not want trouble in Lavandula. Though trouble sometimes does slip, not with just Spiriti, but the Galactics and the Devil Cats. Second, the human universe. Earth. What did you expect? It's basically a fictional Earth, with some tweaks, of course. This world contains all of my human/humanoid characters, feral animal characters, even if they speak, and immortal characters. It also includes characters and stories from shows and games, mainly Beyblade, as I like incorporating my own headcanon in this world. This world is basically the home of my headcanons. It's basically the Milky Way, the sun, Earth, what we live in. But it's more fantasy-like, with many fantasy elements. Sometimes it can be a bit much of a dystopia. Not that there aren't utopia-like parts of this place too. Basically, humans just live here, doing whatever they want, of course if it's legal. Beyblade is also an important part here. Technically, part of this world is my headcanon of Beyblade Burst, and my own stories and characters mixed in as well. The immortal realm is a whole nother story. The immortals live in the skies, similarly to the Gradients. One difference is that, unlike the Gradients, they aren't all gods. There are 24 immortal gods. They're basically like the humans/mortals, living their own life and doing what they want. There are two separate parts to this realm, the new and the old. In the old area, most old immortals, ones that were born years and years ago, even the ones that existed before mortals were a thing, live there as to not bother newer generations. The new area is where all the newer generation of immortals dwell, minus the majority of the gods and the royalty. The immortal realm is a monarchy. They have a king and a queen. The king and queen have way more power than the gods, but the king is a god himself, so the gods' jobs are to keep immortals safe, a lot of trouble happens there, and to be a sort of role model for immortals. Immortals may live in mortal soil as well. They aren't affected by being there. Mortals, though, cannot be in the immortal realm. They can't live there or visit, as it is not safe for them. Mortals can die there. An exception for half-immortals, those guys can roam the immortal realm freely. These two universes have nothing to do with each other. They are completely separate and have their own stories. And that's it for the video. If you have any questions about my worlds, feel free to ask. If any of you would like a more in-depth video of these two worlds, tell me and I'll put it on my to-do list. See you all another time.